You walk into a coffee shop. There's a long menu: iced lattes, flat whites, mochas, almond milk, oat milk. You freeze. It's just coffee, but somehow it feels like a test. What if you choose something you don't like? What if there's a better option? What if you regret it? Should I leave this relationship? Is this the right time to start a business? And suddenly, you're not living, you're just calculating. Now imagine that, but for every decision in your life. That's overthinking. It starts small: what to wear, what to eat, when to start, but then it spreads. What career should I pick? She'd spend hours researching every decision: what laptop to buy, whether to accept a job offer, even which productivity app to use. She thought that if she could just get enough information, she'd feel sure. But why does this happen? Why does your mind run loops around even the most basic decisions? Let me tell you a quick story. I had a friend, Mira, smart, capable, hardworking, but always stuck. But she never did. Because the truth is, overthinking doesn't come from wanting to be right. It comes from being afraid to be wrong. See, overthinking is fear dressed up in logic. Every right move still comes with stress, risk, and unknowns. What matters most isn't what you choose, it's who you become because you chose. And that's good news. Because trust can be built. It can be repaired. Next time you catch yourself spiraling, pause. Choose fast. Trust that you'll learn. Remind yourself that the people you admire didn't succeed because they always chose perfectly. They succeeded because they kept moving, even when they weren't sure. It's your brain trying to predict and control every possible outcome, so you can avoid pain, embarrassment, or regret. Live the question. Let clarity meet you after the choice. You lose time trying to protect yourself from discomfort, and in the process, you miss the actual experience. Not because it's more complicated, but because you've told yourself it must be perfect. You're not trying to be careful. You're trying not to feel stupid. You're trying not to fail. And that momentum changed everything. But here's the cost. You trade clarity for control. And what most people don't realize is, the longer you sit with a decision, the heavier it becomes. So how do you fix it? You stop trying to make the perfect choice and start building trust that you can handle any outcome. Here's the truth. There is no perfect choice. Every path has pros and cons. Let that sink in. You become decisive by deciding. You build clarity through movement, not by thinking more, but by doing something, anything. If you're constantly second-guessing your choices, you don't have a decision-making problem, you have a self-trust problem. Start small. You don't need to be 100% confident to move. You just need to stop letting the fear of regret keep you paralyzed. Mira eventually learned this. She took a new job without knowing if it was the one. It wasn't perfect, but it gave her momentum. Make a move. Because life doesn't reward the most prepared. It rewards the most willing. And if you've been stuck in your head, waiting for the right time, this is it. This is your sign to stop overthinking and start living.